Charles Matthews, regional FBI chief for Louisiana, and Neil Pertel, a senior negotiator from the FBI's National Critical Incidents Response Group, are part of the leadership that will coordinate the task force that is made up of local, state, and federal law agencies. SIRG's involvement underscores the severity of the situation.
The FBI came in, and I guess one of the fears of a local, I'll say a sheriff in this case, was that here comes the FBI, here comes Ruby Ridge, here comes Waco. Horror stories, horror stories.
In Waco, you had a situation where David Koresh and his followers basically only had one demand of the government, and that's to go away, leave us alone. We've had, in that case, federal officers from the ATF who were killed. There was a situation that needed to be resolved and a legal process that needed to take place. In St. Martinsville, quite a contrast, the inmates there were holding hostages for the sole purpose of facilitating a demand. They wanted to get out of prison and go back to Cuba. As negotiators, as a responding law enforcement agency, we're in a position to bargain with people like that.
If negotiations fail, the hostage rescue team is ready to make an assault on a moment's notice. But to avoid any miscommunication, as long as negotiations continue, the tactical teams will confer with the rest of the task force on a regular basis. The situation is a stalemate. The Cubans can communicate with each other by radio and move freely through the hallway between rooms. The hostages are safe for the moment.
It could change if we made a mistake. It could change if we decided to assault.
The hostage rescue team informs Special Agent Matthews that a full-scale tactical assault will require cutting through the glass windows in both rooms before reaching the captured guards. Matthews is convinced the inmates want another way out other than violence. He directs the negotiations to continue. Preparing for any eventuality, Matthews orders the hostage rescue teams to begin rehearsing for an assault. SIRG technicians install state-of-the-art listening devices inside the warden's office and control room. The ability to overhear the inmates and hostages converse will become crucial in determining their intentions and state of mind.
The priority always in a hostage-taking situation is the safe release of the hostages first, and then the safety of all others, law enforcement and the hostage takers. We're dealing with people that actually had something to gain, and what they were attempting to gain was their freedom.
Upstairs, the task force controls the kitchen area, seen here in green. Two factions of inmates hold hostages inside the control room and the warden's office, seen in red. The other cell blocks are in the white areas, which are directed from the control room.
These are people who were inmates a few days earlier. Now that they're empowered, they have control because they're holding hostages.
Listening loud and clear.
Look, Mr. FBI guy, I don't care who the hell you are. I want my boss and I want my plane out of Cuba. Coño, I'm tired of this bullshit.
Later that night, tensions among the task force escalate. When a SIRG hostage rescue team relieves a local SWAT team, rumors fly. Late Tuesday evening, the sheriff hears that a SIRG assault is imminent.
I said, let me tell you something, gentlemen. I said, you coming in here, and I said, if this thing works out all right, everybody's going to be a hero. You're going to leave here, you're going to be doing a great job. You know. But I said, if something goes wrong and somebody gets killed, I have to live in this community. You know, I'm telling you, there will be nothing done without my knowledge and without my consent, because this is my jail.